It is time for another roast or toast, the videos where I either roast a new makeup product or I toast it, which is basically my version of anti-haul wish list. And there is a bunch of new launches that we need to discuss. So grab your drink, grab your cocktail, grab your coffee, whatever it is, and let's get to roasting or toasting, okay? So for holiday, there's gonna be a lot that we're talking about. I already bought some stuff. I've already reviewed it. I've been there, done that, and I'm still loving, like, say, the Hourglass face palette, that elephant one that I got. I'm loving it. I use it almost every day, so just a little update on that. Speaking of, what did I purchase in my last roast or toast? I did a Halloween version. The only collection that I purchased or any pieces that I got were the Colourpop Hocus Pocus 2. I like to update you guys and let you know in the last round of roast or toast what I got, and just an update, it was just Hocus Pocus collection, which I, again, have a whole video reviewing, but I passed on everything else. I think. Except all the kiss nails. I bought 1 million of those. Look at how cute. Adorable. Except his little eye fell off. My little mummy eye. But otherwise super cute. But Patrick Ta has since then come out with a round 2 of his face palette. Last year's it was deeper in tone, which are great for anybody with deeper skin tones or somebody that just likes a really pigmented blush and highlight. This year it's a little bit lighter in tone. So I am gravitating towards it, but something is stopping me and I'm not quite sure what. Maybe it's just the fact that I love the Hourglass one so much and I'm just like, give me a break. How can you top that? And it's not as much of a complete palette since it's 2 blushes and a highlight. I just like, when it comes to face palettes, I very seldomly purchase them. But when I do, I want them to be complete. Like, I'm just throwing that in my travel bag and I don't want to have to like bring a bunch of extras. So that would be 2 blushes. They are different formulas. You have the creams and the powders. And then same thing with the highlight. It's a cream highlight and a powder highlight. This was super, super hyped last year. It kept going out of stock. So I like that he brought another shade range to the market. And even the middle one looks like it can work on deeper skin tones too. So it's a toast, but I'm not going to be getting it, I don't think. Unless that VIB sale comes around at the end of the month and I decide to add to cart. We'll see. Talking about face palettes, again, I have my same complaint with these Charlotte Tilbury ones. They're just incomplete for me. I don't know why though. It probably is just aesthetic and like texture wise. I'm more drawn to this Charlotte Tilbury one versus the Patrick Ta. People love that Patrick Ta formula though, so I am tempted, but these Charlotte Tilbury ones have me keep going back and going, maybe I'll get that. And I like that there are 2 different shade ranges to choose from. I probably would go with that lighter pink one, obviously. I am a light neutral shade typically. There are 2 highlights though. Again, I think I have my same complaint. I wish one of those were switched out for a bronzer just so I could have a complete palette. And I believe these are all powders, where I like the Patrick Ta one has 2 different formulas. I don't know. I'm back and forth. Let me know. Which one are you getting, if any? I'm still happy with my Hourglass purchase. I think that one is like the face palette of the year in my opinion. And speaking of Charlotte Tilbury, let's talk about these singles. I'm laughing because it's laughable. These singles that she came out with. Listen, I'm not a singles gal, okay? I am not into it anymore. Those days are in the past for me. So maybe these aren't meant for me. They are $34 a piece. They do come with a very luxe container, but I'm just not the type of person to go in my collection and grab a single out. You know what I mean? However, I did see Lauren May Beauty's review of these singles and they almost got me. Like, if I were to get any of them, it would be that blue shade. That is so gorgeous. It almost looks like a multi-chrome. I think it's just a duochrome though, but it is really pretty. It looked really beautiful when she was playing around with it. That would be the only one that would tempt me. Otherwise, it's just like that Hourglass, like single formula situation. Like, I'm not interested in picking up singles. If you are, they just would have to blow me away. And even still, I don't think I will remember to go to use them. You know, and for $34, I can get like a whole palette of fun things to play with, or I can go to an indie brand. That's more likely what I am to do. Get a multi-chrome, like a few multi-chromes. They're still pretty pricey. They're around that $20 to $30 price range for a single multi-chrome. But I like supporting indie brands if I were to choose between the 2. And also, I know that packaging is so cute, but I don't have the best luck with Charlotte Tilbury packaging. It like falls apart on me and rubs off. So I wouldn't want to buy it for the packaging alone. I think as a single, if it was an actual single. So it's a bit of a roast for me just because it's like $34 for one single. I'd rather support an indie brand. This is probably old news, but I gotta talk about it. One of my roast or toast videos if I'm not roasting Urban Decay. Sad, gone are the days of Urban Decay of the past. However, it's like they're almost back with this palette. Like, I was almost gonna get it because that's the color story that I like to see with Urban Decay. That is a beautiful, beautiful color story. and it's a collab. I don't know the artist, but it looks really fun and cute. The thing that I'm gonna roast is, why is it called Naked? Why is it a part of the Naked collection? I just am tired of them riding that Naked hype train. That sounds so weird. I'm tired of them riding that hype train when it's like, it's done. We moved on, or at least keep the shades like more naked, you know? Or I don't know. It's hard because people are complaining in the comments too, like, well, what do you want from them? You want them to have a different type of naked? No, I just don't want them to just keep doing naked palettes just for funsies. Like, it's weird that this is a collab and it's called it from the Naked palette. I think they could have done the palette setup and everything, but just called it something else. I don't know. It has to be for search, SEO, search and stuff, so it comes up for the most recent Naked palette. But it drives me nuts. Truly, it's truly maddening. This palette is a complete yawn fest. How is that Anastasia Beverly Hills? How is that ABH? That looks like the original ABH, but ABH of the yesteryear. That actually looks like one of the Urban Decay Naked minis, and worse packaging. That package looks like flimsy cardboard and a little bit AliExpress, right? Right? Is anybody else seeing that? It just looks lackluster, even those swatches. I just don't really know what's going on with them. It's like they did some amazing, beautiful, artistic, pushing the envelope, giving us more and more exciting stuff. And now they're like going back to like not even OG status, just like basic stuff. I've heard their new palette is pretty good, but it just doesn't intrigue me, honestly. So that's a bit of a roast for me. I can see why some people would love that color story and it's perfect. So I'm not roasting that it's neutral. I'm just really roasting just the basicness of it when ABH can give us so much more for $29, $30. That's a lot for that. I don't know. KVD Beauty, I think this is considered their holiday collection. Yeah, it says their holiday collection. I don't remember holiday collections from them in the past, and I think that this looks really beautiful. I like the packaging. I love the little sets that you can get because it's always a good value. The palette itself, though, I'm gonna pass on because it doesn't really interest me. It doesn't quite seem like a complete color story, and there's no shades. There's not enough shades in there to completely get me to purchase it, but they're on the right track. It's really exciting to see new stuff coming out from KVD Beauty, and I'm here for that. So that's a bit of a mix. No, it's a toast. The toast is just not for me. But if you're interested in it, there it is. We're going to talk indie brands too, so just hang on for that. I want to finish up a couple mainstream brands. Let's talk Colourpop. Surprisingly, we only have 2 collections to talk about, which is rare, okay? It is a rare day. Like I said, I already did the Hocus Pocus, whatever, so we don't need to talk about that. It is still available though. If you are interested, it probably will go on sale soon since it didn't sell out. But Colourpop collabed with Snitchery. I love her stuff. She is such an inspiration and she's hilarious. I love seeing her transformations and just watching her create is so exciting. So I love this collab. I think it totally fits her vibe and her aesthetic. I didn't end up picking anything up. It's still available, but nothing really spoke to me, and I'm trying to be really good about things like this. That's why I love doing these roast toast videos, because it makes me really think things through. I don't think I need any of these pieces in my collection. So even though I love her, I want to support her, I'll continue to support her by liking her videos, watching her things, and following her on her social platforms. I don't need to purchase any of this because it doesn't serve me. Those Super Shocks are cute, they're pretty, but I have like 3 Super Shocks and I'm really bad about remembering to use them. So I'm really trying not to get any more unless they scream to me. And these just aren't. Same thing with the blush sticks, you know, and the lippies. If I were to get anything, it would be one of the lip duos, because I do really like their lip liners. And I haven't tried their lippy sticks, surprisingly, I know. But maybe if I do a future order, when I do a future order, if they still have some of these in stock, maybe I'll pick a nude setup. Maybe, but then it's always hard to like recommend things that aren't available anymore. So I don't know. This was weird though. Okay, so this Colourpop announced today the Troublemaker collection. Tell me that doesn't look like Snitchery's collection. Like, it literally, I kept waiting to find out who this was collabing with, because I was like, oh, maybe they're just doing a round of a bunch of collabs, because they used to do that in the past where there's like 3 different ones to come out within a week. But no, I'm not seeing it being a collab with anybody. Obviously, there's nothing on it that says like Colourpop X so-and-so. It's just Troublemaker collection. So that it's very strange because it has the same aesthetic as Snitchery. And honestly, it could be a companion collection. They seem like they would go together pretty nicely and play really well together. But it's weird, right? I would feel kind of weird if I was snitchery. Like, wait a second, you took like the lips and the things and you kind of just did that slightly differently. I don't know, kind of weird. But I will say, look at how ashy that palette looks in that first picture. I was like, ah, Colourpop, what's going on? But then you go to a close-up of the palette and you're like, oh, that looks rich and like what I expect from Colourpop. And those are duochrome shades. That looks stunning. Like, that looks so beautiful. I am almost tempted, but Lord knows I will not use the matte shades in that palette. So I'm gonna have to pass. But I like where they're going with that. And I know that there's a time and place for cool tones. I know some people love gray muted eyeshadows, and that is for you. That is great. I love the overall look of the collection. I just think it's weird that it looks like snitchery. But the duochromes, they do tempt me. But again, I'll stick to other indie brands when I want to grab some of those. Probably don't need to talk much about this. Kylie, Batman, I'm just as shocked as you. Don't need it, don't understand it, utterly confused. However, I do not keep up with the Kardashians. So tell me what I'm missing and why is that so random? She did do, what did she do last year? The Grinch? No, that's not random though, because that's Christmas. I don't know. This seems random to me. It's cool looking though. If you're like a Batman fan and you like Kylie's products, you might like it. It's interesting. Oh, I think I read in a comment somewhere that her boo like loves Batman or something. Or does she have a son or something like that? I don't know. Kind of a weird collab mixture, but I like that it's the comic book. So I'll give him that. Is that a roast or toast? You tell me. God, I have mixed feelings overall. Maybe just because I'm not connected with it. And I just feel like it's off-brand. That's what it is. It's not the Kylie aesthetic at all. But then again, people get mad for her not branching out. So it's like, where do they stand? What do they do? I don't know. Okay, major toasts coming in hot. Let's talk about these holiday sets coming to Sephora. If they're not already out yet, I need to get them, but I am trying to hold out for that Sephora VIB sale, which I'll do a whole video on, my recommendations and everything, and the things that I'm going to be getting. These are all of them. I'm going to be getting all of these. Major toast. Danessa Myricks, look at this freaking set, okay? Twin flames and the little glittery thingies. Look at, they have them laid out to you, so it's a swatch of each and then together. That I want, and I need it right now. They have another color too, but this is the one that I'm for. They have the LYS, which I have yet to try yet. They have a little trio. I think those are, what is it? Just blushes, satin matte blushes. Okay, I thought they were gonna be different. I just am taking a look at this right now. I did a bunch of screenshots and now I'm looking at it with you. I do want it, but I also don't want just 3 blushes. So maybe I'm not gonna get that. I'll have to think about that. That's a mixed roast or toast. I take it back, not a full toast. They're on the right track though. That would be so cute if they had a blush bronzer and highlight though, wouldn't it? Okay, Kosas, I wasn't gonna get this until I saw it was a plumper and then I'm like, oh yeah, I want that. This will be the plumper that I try this holiday season. So Kosas has a trio of plumpers and it's only 25 bucks. So I want that. Last year I got the Tower 28 set. I am not gonna get it this time. I do think that's a good value, $22, but last year I got like a little quad, or was it the year before? And I never use them because if it's not plumping, I don't think about it. I have a problem, okay? Fenty Beauty. Okay, let's talk about Fenty Beauty. I'm super excited for the holiday collections because I can finally start purchasing them again since they are officially cruelty-free. Yay, Fenty Beauty finally heard us. I'm so excited. I probably, out of all the different holiday things, I will probably pick up the Lippy set because that is a plumper, then their cream, and then their balm gloss, I think it's called. So that way I get a chance to like really try those 3 Lippies out and start testing stuff out again from them. You don't even understand. I don't know how I haven't bought anything yet from them. I've just been waiting for like new collections to give them a try again because it's so exciting. So let me know if you're into that. I always love the holiday sets because they're usually such a good value and I'm excited. Last thing at Sephora is the melt. Wow. I was waiting, you guys, okay? Along with Huda Beauty and her holiday launches that I look forward to every year, I always look forward to Melt collections because they have some of the best matte formulas, in my opinion. Their shimmers are hit or miss, but they're matte. Oh, I love them. I was sorely disappointed by this collection. I'm just so over Zodiacs. I get it. It's a cool take on Zodiacs because it's like the bad side and like embracing the bad side of that. But the actual shades, I'm just not interested in, and the Zodiac. I'm just sick of Zodiac. Okay, I was surprised because it's surprising to come from Melt because they're not so mainstream looking. And this to me, I didn't even think was Melt when I first saw it. I mean, NYX did it at one point. It looks like the NYX palettes that came out a long time ago where they were collabing with people, having it be Zodiacs. So that's a roast for me. Let me know if you're interested in that. And also, like, I review things over here, and I was not about to spend that much money on 4 palettes that I wasn't even excited about. So if you're waiting for me, sorry, that ain't gonna happen. I love my 420 palette, and I love the Gemini palettes, my Smoke Sessions, but this I don't like. It's a roast. Okay, last mainstream thing I want to talk about is the Billie Eilish perfume. I know it's not makeup, but the Billie Eilish perfume, I really want to smell this one. I thought I would love the first one, but then I was able to finally smell it in stores, and it just wasn't for me. It just smelled a little, I don't know, it wasn't bold enough or something. It was too subtle or too coconutty. It was something like that. Just made me go, oh, not quite. This one seems a lot more richer. I think it said it had amber elements to it, so I'm all about that rich, deep, dark scents that have a bit of just like warm, cozy vibes to it, especially during the holidays. So that's on my list of things to smell because I am not a blind fragrance purchaser. No, I cannot do that. Anyways, let's talk indie brands, okay? Actually, some of those were indie, sorry. LYS, Kosas, Danessa Meyer's, but I'm talking about like indie where they are not sold at Sephora. Okay, so let's talk about that. Oh, I'm gonna want all of these. Cleona, is that how you say it? I'm sorry, I'm still getting familiar with the brand. I haven't even actually ever purchased anything from them before. They are like multi-chrome royalty, okay? I have not yet bought any single multi-chromes other than my highlighters from Kaleidos because I'm overwhelmed. We've talked about it before, but if I were to buy any right here, right now, it would be that brand. I watched Bad to the Brow and she is just like, she's the queen of multi-chromes, okay? And every time she does these, I am just like, oh, I want it. They're just very expensive, so I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but they do have these Halloween collections, these bundles. They are the existing shades all bundled up, I'm assuming at a better price point. So they have 2 different bundles, 9 pans each, and they just look stunning. Oh, I'm just a smitten kitten, honestly. I think I would get, I don't know what set I would get. I would be happy with either one. But they retail for, where is it? $118. So I know it's like that's the prices of multi-chromes. Like you definitely spend a pretty penny. So I just, it's hard for me to do that all at once. I don't know. I know I need to do it one day. Maybe that'll be on my Christmas list. It's a definite toast for me because a lot of these are popular shades and they were on my list of the ones to try, so I think that that's a value, and if that's a value, that's a definite toast. And it comes with the palette too. Excuse me. I've never tried anything from Glaminatrix, but if I were to, it would be this Glamorous palette. That is stunning. Oh, look at that. That is, would you look at that? That is just gorgeous. Very pretty packaging, very pretty shades. They are duochromes, not multi-chromes that are in there, but that's still beautiful nonetheless. Blend Bunny is coming out with their last collection of the year, and that's called All Done Up. It looks like an extension of the Dollhouse palette. It looks like a great companion palette for that. That is a very pretty collection that I think will be very cohesive within itself. You see how the lines are laid out? I love her shadows. They're really, really good. I probably will pass on this just because it's not screaming to me. I don't know why. I gotta sleep on this. Maybe I'll get it. I don't know, because I am actually interested in the lippies that she's coming out with. She has duos that come with the liner and the matte lip cream. So I might pick that up. And just so you know, that was supposed to come as a bundle, and I was just reading this update from her and they had some packaging issues. I think maybe the lip liners don't say what lip liner is what. So they know what lip liner is what, so they're gonna pair it together. They're bringing the cost down, so it's gonna be $16 a pair because they're basically throwing in the lip liner for free. It was $22. I think that's really cool. We don't always see that with any brand, but indie brands especially, they're just kind of like whatever and they just send it. They don't even say anything. And good on them for being forthright, forthcoming before it even like comes out, like, here, this is what's going on, this is what to expect, and we're bringing the cost down. As an independent brand, that has to be really hard for them to do. Like, they're going to be eating some of that cost. So I appreciate the transparency. If I end up picking up a lip liner set, I'm gonna have to get the palette. I'm gonna have to. I just gotta look at my collection and see. I definitely don't think I have some of those shades. So it's a beautiful collection, and I think it's great for the holiday season too. I mean, that's fall colors. fall colors through and through. Last indie brand we're going to talk about is from Glisten Cosmetics. Look at how freaking cute that little froggy is, okay? These are wet liners. Glisten Cosmetics is known for their wet liners. I get asked about this anytime I bring her up, and it's the Cow palette that sometimes I have in my background. Right now I have Halloween back there, so it's not there. But these wet liners are amazing. They are so fun to play with, and this packaging is so cute. So this one's not available anymore, but they did a collab again with the Clay Drop, and this time it's the Froggy palette. I'm not gonna get it because these are like, gotta be honest, these are literally all the shades that I would ever want in a wet liner, and I just love the Cow so much. But if you missed out on that and those colors scream to you, I mean, I could use those in my collection. I could, but I'm gonna pass because there's too many other things that I want more this year, but that's a definite toast. So cute. I like when they quickly redo collabs and like come out with seconds when people are really hyped about it and they missed out on the first ones. Is there anything else I want to talk about though? Oh, I don't think so. But if you want to know about anything else that's coming out and my thoughts and opinions, definitely leave that in the comments down below. Let me know what you are wanting to know. Subscribe before you go. And if you are already subscribed, first of all, thank you so much for subscribing, and make sure your bell notification is tapped. That way YouTube actually notifies you when I post more videos, which is a lot more frequently. If you haven't been able to see them, go check my channel because it's been a lot and I've been having a lot of fun creating more for you guys. But anyways, I gotta go. I am looking a hot mess because I did all my hair and makeup like this morning and it's the afternoon. It's almost dinner time. I'm gonna go. I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.